Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unfazed Review podcast. And this is Crazy Storm Blackout Power Outage Edition.
That's a great title for the podcast.
yes. Pretty crazy. So we've got a Coleman flashlight. Shout out to Coleman.
Trevor.
Yes, Coleman, Gary Coleman. The Coleman flashlight that we used on our Ruby adventure.
Shout out to Ruby.
Shout out to Ruby. That's the exact one from that video.
Yep.
Providing light along with a couple assorted candles that are very Nirvana MTV Unplugged style.
Oh.
So pretty cool. Pretty cool. So as you saw at the beginning of this pod, we were in a pretty crazy storm. Out in Scottsdale, we were at our favorite place, Bay Sushi, and we had just finished eating, we were taking a little walk, and I was like, uh-oh, gotta take a dump.
Yeah.
Stomach just...
Classic Bay dump.
It hit me immediately. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go inside and do it. And there was a little bit of lightning, a little bit of wind, but nothing crazy, right? So I go in there, I drop a deuce, we're hanging out. And, well, Emmett's not in there with me, but you know.
We're hanging out.
He's there in spirit.
How's it going, man?
And anyway, as soon as I finish up, actually really good timing, the toilet wouldn't flush. And I'm like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That sounds like that's a problem for the next guy for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, what do I do, you know? So anyway, as soon as I finish up, boom, lights go out. I'm like, oh, what the hell? And I thought it was like I'd been in there so long, the motion detector stopped, you know?
Right.
So I like waved my hand, and coincidentally, it just turned back on again.
Yeah.
So I went, washed my hands, came out, and then boom, power went out again. I'm like, oh shit. It was like fully knocked out. I look outside the windows of Bay, just crazy freaking storm rolling in. So I meet up with Emmett. We start recording. Oh. All right, what's going on, Emmett?
There's a crazy storm.
All right, guys, so we're in a power outage inside Bay Sushi. Check it out.
No better place to be stuck.
Oh, look at this, wow. So we were gonna leave, but I had to use the facilities, and good thing I had to. Oh, let's open the door. Whoa, oh my God. It's coming down hard. Coming down hard. Jeez Louise. A little BTS action.
Yeah. And not the Korean band.
No, not the Korean band. Wow, it's coming down good.
Oh, yes.
Careful if you open the door, it'll try to pull the door open. I mean, you can definitely do it. There you go. Wow. Wow. Coming down real good, guys. Whoa. I don't know what that was. Oh, jeez Louise. Coming down good, guys.
What? Have you ever seen this in your life?
Never, not here. No, this is
Scared right now.
a little bit, yeah. Might not be a bad idea to go back in. I mean, I think we'll be okay. The wind's not too powerful, but I don't want to speak too soon either.
All these like weird fucking hurricanes that have been going on, I'm like nervous.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man.
Seriously.
Definitely crazy.
Whoa. All right, let's just right here. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll move on.
Shoot.
Huh? No, she's just a light.
So beer? Or... Wow. Hey, man. This is great. This is the most intense storm I've ever seen here.
Yeah, by far.
I don't know if it's really doing it justice on camera, but it's pretty intense.
Woo!
Holy cow. All right. Okay. That's crazy. These poor people need to get off the road, dude. Like, just fucking put your hazards on and pull over anywhere. Yeah, that's wild. Oh, here we go. Look at this. This guy's got the right idea. Pull into Bay for safety. Oh, man, the lightning's coming. People are running over a sign over there.
I try to look over there every once in a while, and the rain doesn't hit.
Yeah. It's very, very intense. Kind of exciting.
It's all over.
Oh, that was very intense. Now it's kind of calming down. Just a little bit. Wow.
7 miles away.
Oh, it's still like approaching?
Yeah. 7 miles away.
Okay.
All right.
Jeez Louise.
You want to try and make it to the house real quick? Or you want to stay here?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Something.
It's so bad.
Yeah, dude.
It wouldn't matter if I went out there, huh?
Yeah, it wouldn't. You said 7 minutes away? Oh shit, did we get locked out?
So,
Oh, we just want to just try to make it?
just go, yeah.
All right, man. Take it easy. Fuck, I just ran over something. Not sure what it was. Probably a fucking pothole? I don't know what that was. Oh shit. Alright guys, I feel like I'm dragging something. Alright, so made it safely back to Emmett's. All is well, but dude, that was crazy. And this was stuck under my car, dragging. I thought it was something bigger and metal based on the sound, but this was the culprit. It was jammed up in there perfectly. And luckily it doesn't look like it punctured anything, but I'll have to double check later. But yeah, I think we're good, hopefully. Anyway, got here, that's the most important thing. But yeah, crazy storm, dude, crazy. And one of the most intense storms I've seen here in a long time, if not ever.
Yeah, it was really insane. It came out of, well,
Yeah.
I had gotten, just like an hour prior, I got like a severe thunderstorm warning. But usually in Arizona, if there's a severe thunderstorm warning, it's like 2 lightning strikes off in the distance.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this was like really, it fucking screwed up.
Felt like a little hurricane.
Yeah, I did. Everyone had their hazards on who was driving and they're trying to pull over and shit was flying around.
Crazy.
And it's funny how everything immediately goes back to like the 1800s as soon as the power's out. Max has this, you can't see it, but there's a huge multiple stacks of books over here. Max had these old like history books.
Yeah.
Still over here that were on the futon that we're sitting on now. And so I immediately found myself like stacking old history books by candlelight. And it was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Once you take electricity out of the equation, like people really revert back quickly.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I think just because it is such a rare thing, and thank God no one was hurt, at least with us, it's exciting. Like it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's like Emmett was saying, it's like being in a video game.
It was funny how like it was very windy. I mean, when we tried to open the doors at Bay, it would push you back.
Yeah.
But everyone was like shoveling outside trying to film it. Everyone was on their phones, like bursting outside. It was like this dangerous wind.
Well, it's such a rarity. I think if you lived in like Florida or something like that, you'd probably be like, yeah, another hurricane.
Yeah.
Whatever. But here, it's like kind of an anomaly.
It really is, yeah. And there was a lot of that cool type of lightning that's specific to the clouds. Like it doesn't go
Cumulus.
Down and up. Yeah, it's like,
I don't know if they're cumulus.
But yeah, and it was like right over the house here, and it was eerie because that you couldn't like hear it, but it was these massive like bolts of light, and it illuminated clouds, like layers of clouds that you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was very intense. It was very cool. And then there was some lightning that was like super loud and was striking and everything.
Yeah, as my grandma used to say, and my mom still says, the angels are bowling. When you hear thunder like that, it's really intense. It's like, oh, the angels.
That's the name of the podcast.
The angels are bowling.
That's a good one.
Podcast. Bowling for soup. But yeah,
the angels are bowling for soup.
The angels are bowling for soup. Angels and airwaves. Yes, angels in the outfield.
The angels.
Oh man, Charlie's Angels.
We're bowling for soup.
Touched by an angel.
Oh.
I can keep going.
Touched by soup.
I guess I'll get.
So yeah,
Archangel.
Oh,
Archangel. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, we were planning on doing a podcast. We were seconds away from coming back here, and then everything happened. But
yeah, and then there was this weird little reprieve. Like you might see it at the end of the video there, where it kind of started chilling out a little bit. The rain and lightning kind of slowed down for a minute. And the dude who was with us, who kind of looked like me, the bald dude with the beard that was very cool.
Yeah.
He, I assume he works at Bay. He's like one of the cooks or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was super cool, and he's like, all right, my phone says it's 7 minutes away from like the peak of the storm.
Yeah.
And he's like, how far away are you guys? We're like, probably like 4 minutes. Yeah. And he's like, go. And we're like, all right, let's go. So we just executive decision just did it, and
well, they locked us out. They're kind of dicks.
Yeah, we got locked out.
Everyone was opening the door, looking outside, and there was always one person holding the door open, and like the staff included was looking outside.
What if it was unintentional?
Yeah, maybe, but like they saw we were out there. But yeah, it was like me, Ben, and then this other guy, and we were just comfortable enough where we just let the door close, and then we tried to go back in like a minute later, and they were all watching.
So it made the decision for us.
Yeah, no one came to come like help us in. So.
Yeah, so we were SOL, but it really put the gears in motion.
Yeah.
And then as I was driving, I showed in the video there, I ran over something, and what scared me in the moment was I didn't know what it was because the streets were really flooded, had our hazards on. Someone was riding my ass, and I was like, okay, what did I run over? And there were a bunch of like street signs and like weird things and like construction signs that had been thrown into the road or blown into the road. And I just heard this grrr, scraping under the car. And I'm like, oh shit, what is that? Yeah. First I thought flat tire. Right. I thought, okay, what did I clip, But it was just that stick, a very substantial stick though, and it was shoved up between
a thick branch.
Know what it was by.
It was in between some pipe and something else. Yeah. It doesn't look like it punctured or anything. Thank God.
Luckily, I don't think so. But time will tell. But knock on wood, I think dodged a bullet, and if anything, at least it got me, back to end.
That's true. Yeah, Ben you were behind me, and then the guy who was in front of me also had like a branch with multiple branches, dragging under his car. Yeah, mine didn't have anything though. The camera was safe.
You did good. You did good.
Although it was really deep in the water, that freaked me out. Yeah, I was like, should I just turn back? But
it was one of those where it's like it was just high enough where I was like, okay, I got the splash guard on mine. It should be okay. Nice. And yours, just good Japanese engineering.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta love the Japanese. Yeah. But Japanese cars, Japanese restaurant, American Storm. It's very good.
Very true.
Ghost of Tsushima. But it was very exciting, and it's really hot right now because it's still like, I think today was about like 103, 105 degrees. So even when the sun sets, it's still pretty hot and humid. So right now it's probably like 95 while we're chilling.
That's true. That's
90.
True.
But it's better than being out in the storm. Getting electroshock.
Yeah.
And we got chargers on our phone.
We do.
Multiple batteries for the camera.
We do.
So it's some good shit. But it's good to see you guys. We haven't done a pod in a little while.
I was thinking today, it's been like a long ass time since we've done a podcast.
And you guys probably like this shit too, because it's like it's almost, it's not camping, but it's like sleep. It's like a sleepover with us.
Yeah,
we got the candles and the flashlight.
We got our glow sticks. I got the action figures.
Yeah, we're building a fort. We're gonna watch Back to the Future on VHS. It's gonna be fun.
So I wanted to kick it off with sort of a dark thing. I can't recall if I mentioned this to you or not. We had
Sorry.
No, it's okay, dude.
I'm so sorry.
These are battle conditions. We're gonna talk as well. I had a fit. It was one of the sushis I like at Bay has jalapenos on it, and one of the, if you ever had, one of the seeds get you in the back of the throat, it's over, and I had to leave Bay for a second and just cough it out.
This was a very traumatic day for us.
Oh yeah, it was. Let me tell you. But at work a few months ago, we had a big staff meeting, and they gave us, they were explaining these new stats that came out that are super disgusting and sad, but also make a lot of sense. They make, you're like, oh, that makes sense. The average age, and this is the way I had to post it on. I posted this on Twitter, but you have to post it if you want to talk about anything serious, I'll just say it, and stuff like that. Everything has to be,
we might have to bleep that.
Yeah, we might have to bleep that.
I think YouTube gets weird about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything's bleeped. Yeah,
I've heard where if you say it again, on Rich Cooper's podcast, he says off themselves.
Yeah, okay.
He'll say someone who off themselves, or someone who unalive, or someone who will also say. I think Jaron says permanent solution to temporary problem.
Yeah. But anyway, that stuff gets censored, and I hate that. But so anyway, I'll say it the way I said it on Twitter. Statistically, the first time a kid sees and watches corn is 8 years old.
Popcorn.
Yeah. And then the first time a kid sends noodles via to his
got it.
Is 11.
Holy shit.
And that's 8 and 11 for that shit, which is disgusting and
that's
so sad.
So early.
Yeah, it's so early.
Yeah.
And then when I was sending that tweet, I realized by that same token, the fact that we're censoring all this stuff and not allowed to talk about it, that's part of the problem.
It's kind of ironic.
Yeah. And it's always, all the censoring, I've always thought was so hurtful, and just pretending, sweeping it under the rug, pretending like it's not there is so unhealthy, right? Mm-hmm. And
it creates a lack of awareness.
Yeah. And that's been a fairly recent sense of how to deal with this stuff in the last 2 or 3 years. Really, it's just we're doing something. And then I was listening to NPR, my one source of for news, as I do. Yeah. And there was I mean, it's good because they came to the correct conclusion, but also the way they presented it, like it was new information, pissed me off so much. They were like, studies show there's new information out that suggests that maybe if we do talk about these things, it will actually be better.
Shocker.
And like, yeah, right. And like they presented it like, wow, we just learned this. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It was that type. That was that demographic that was pushing this stuff on everyone, and now they're like, well, maybe. So it's like, fucking. It's
Idiots.
just but yeah, like that original statistic that
It's disturbing.
8-year-old corn and 11-year-old noodles is really bad.
The corn and noodles podcast. Yeah. No, that is disturbing.
Yeah, it's
That is
really
disturbing.
sickening. Yeah, these kids have. It's like a lack. They don't have a childhood anymore. You know?
Yeah.
There's no innocence. It's just lost immediately.
Yeah, it'd be nice if that was discovered a little later on, the natural progression, you know?
Yeah.
But like 8, I mean, geez, that's...
Yeah. It spawned from, there was a tweet that had blown up. It was like, I remember Omegle, that website where you like web chat with strangers. Yeah. There was this, it was just like this young black kid, and the person he was like watching was obviously a pre-recorded video of Mia Khalifa.
Oh yeah.
Right, and he was like, oh, like he stood up and he was like, oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And all the comments were like, how does this kid know who that is? And so I think a lot of people really don't know, and you wouldn't think about it. I wouldn't have thought about it until my profession, but yeah, it's like these kids are ensconced in that immediately. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's so
Whenever I
sad.
go on the internet, I always assume it's like people in our general age range, and like I never think of like people being like kids or anything being on the internet.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, like obviously
you
they're
just don't think about it.
like I don't really think about it. I always imagine like
yeah.
people on Unfazed. I'm like, oh, it's people that are like 20 to like 45, like
Right,
watch that
exactly,
stuff.
yeah,
and
yeah.
a few outliers that are older or whatever. But
There's a lot of kids.
yeah, I guess a lot of kids. I mean, yeah, I wish things were a little more untainted for them, and that they could have a little more of like a wholesome upbringing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like obviously you get exposed to this stuff at some point, but it'd be nice if they could, delay it a little bit.
Yeah. Remember the first time I watched Korn was
Me.
Yeah.
Right before the pop. Yeah.
I want to say, and it was like I was kind of aware of it, but I didn't like actively pursue it. I was like, you try to like get away with it, maybe watching it once, and that was like, I want to say either 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like I
remember the first time I saw anything like that was, of the corny category.
Yeah.
I remember I was over at my friend Paul's house when I was about 10, and he like went over, and he was kind of a douche kid, but we were friends when we were like 10, 11, and he's like, I was like staying over there just like hanging out, and like none of his parents were home. And I remember he went over to the computer and he said, watch this. And he pulled up like real old school, just like still pictures of these like, nude chicks.
Yep.
And I remember I was like, oh my God. And he's like, what? Like you've never seen this before?
Right.
And I was like, no, I have. But I was like, 10.
It was the exact same type of guy for me. Yeah. It was like a guy, and actually this dude, I think I've vaguely mentioned it before, he ended up like getting like stabbed over a drug deal and died.
Wow.
So he was... He was the kind of guy that always like pushed things too far, but he showed me it. And
Wow.
He really wanted me to show it to me. He thought it was cool or something.
Yeah.
And
I remember the same thing. He was like so excited. I was like shocked.
Like,
But, I mean,
proud.
obviously you're interested because you're like natural curiosity. But I was like, oh my God. Like it was almost like so much all at once.
Yeah. And it's an anomaly, and you always watch it with a buddy, and then like that's kind of it for a while for that stuff, right? I mean, like at least for me, I didn't like immediately go home and say,
No, I didn't either.
And the first time I sent a noodle was well after that. I mean, probably not until college, I want to say.
I was like 20s with
a
girlfriend.
Exactly, so it's like, what the hell?
But I remember then after that, the first time really being into it and really looking was like about, I would say like age like 11, 12. And another friend that I had like this like stack of Playboys that he got from his dad. And I remember being like enamored. And one of the early ones I remember was this baseball chick that was like obviously topless, and it was just like just like amazing. And I remember that was just like that was the first one where it was like really analyzing and appreciating.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Max. This is a really cool memory actually. Max had a friend who was a neighborhood friend who would bike over and bring a Playboy.
Nice.
Like, what's the magazine? That was the most like '90s vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like pictures, and it's like it was
Playboys though. That's something we're probably the very last era of guys to like actually have grown up and like really fully appreciated like the rarity of a Playboy.
That's right, like in the actual magazines.
Yeah, being like 11, 12 and like seeing a Playboy like and really appreciating it, like that's gone.
Yeah.
Like you've got like kids that are like that age that are like looking at like extreme shit on their
Everything's
phones.
beyond that now. But that was
crazy.
Anyway, but yeah, so and
shout out to Playboy.
Yeah.
Apparently, it doesn't have any nudity anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
what's the point, right?
Yeah, all the competition. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
They just revert back to being a normal magazine. It's pretty funny.
It is kind of funny. After Hugh Hefner died, right?
Yeah. The boobies went with him.
Yeah, the boobies did go with him. But no, they definitely had a golden age of like, all right.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Get yourself a Playboy.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I mean, these kids are done for these days. It's really sad. There are like, you know, parent internet plans and stuff where you can monitor that, but I don't think
I feel like it's so easy for them to just go to school and have someone just show them something or whatever. Like,
that's true. Yeah.
It's hard to censor everything as hard as they try. And I feel like sometimes they try to censor some of the wrong things. And it's you know, like, it's just like being able to talk about what we talked about, you know, ending yourself, you know, using that S word. It's like, that's fucking stupid. Like, really, you're really going to censor people's speech like that? It's like, come on, dude.
I know.
Like,
it's really, it's so bad.
Yeah.
But I did see on the news just a few, earlier today, some Arizona school board, the Arizona school board, I guess, is trying to sue particular social media pages for damaging child's mental health.
Good luck.
And that's absolutely. I mean, what the fuck are they going to do realistically? But at least people are understanding the effects now that these things are having on these kids, and it's not just the corn or the noodles; it's all the other stuff too. That's it's just the state of being on there all the time, TikTok and everything being so vain, and it's just like they all just want to be a YouTuber. There's no kids who like want to be a fireman anymore. It's just they want to be a content creator.
And that's the interesting thing is, you know, beat you to it, kids. Sorry, you got a jump start.
I was unfazed back in 2015.
By the time you get there, it'll be too oversaturated. No.
It'll
still.
It already is. Yeah.
It'll still always be around. You'll always have the creators, but it will be very oversaturated. And like they say, cream always rises to the top. So like, you'll still have good content, you know, available. I think forever. But not everyone's going to be able to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Although everyone could be a YouTuber, just have much smaller audiences.
Yes. Right. Yeah. More niche.
So there's that, and that's
those YouTubers are like anyway. I don't like the huge.
We're niche.
Yeah.
But although, hey, how about that fucking Fiesta Mall video?
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Yeah,
it's I checked earlier today, and it's 112K.
112K. Wow. So that video, it's like, you know, I know you've heard us, or at least heard me bitch about it before, where it's like, it is very hard to get a channel going. It's hard, you know, it's easy to get discouraged. It's very hard to get momentum going on videos. And so when one does hit like that, or I got a video right now that as of the recording of this is 112,000 views, that's a big deal. You know, it's like, I've been in bigger videos, like the one, you know, we did Oblivion in Real Life, but that was on the Fave Boys,
right?
You know? So it's like, I've been in a video that has 1 million views, but it was different, and that was like a big collaboration, and like we kind of knew the goal of that.
Yeah, I mean, we already had an audience.
But for Unfazed being like such an indie channel, and you know having such few views, usually in the realm of like 200 to 500 or something like that. Getting a video that has 112,000 plus views is like huge, man. And that was a video like I was super excited about when I shot it. You guys heard me tell the story a bunch of times about going to Fiesta and exploring it, and now the place is fully demolished, like it's gone, no one else can record it, and that's really been great. So I want to hopefully replicate that, and piggyback.
Lightning in a bottle, baby.
Lightning in a bottle. Well, it was also like, I was talking to one of my friends recently who has a channel, and she's like just getting started. She's in a totally different field than we are, different topics of interest. But she's like, well, how do you get it going? And I'm like, you just keep making content until a video hits. And like, I still don't have it figured out. It's literally just like, you keep going, and then once in a while you get one that has that lightning in a bottle factor, and it gets big. And then hopefully, kind of like when I interviewed the Grim Life Collective, I asked him the same question. I'm like, hey man, your channel's so big, how do we get there? And he said literally he'd been working on it for about 6 years before he hit a video that got 1 million views. And then he says, once you get one, he said, it's like, boom, 1 million views. He says, then there'll be a few months of just, a few hundred, maybe 1,000 views, whatever. Then another one that gets like 500,000. He's like, then another, 6 months down the road that gets 1 million. He's like, then after a couple of years of that, once you have like a greatest hits collection of ones that are like over 1 million and really successful, that continue to get views, he said that's when the channel gets momentum. You've got these ones that are like kind of doing the work for you. Yeah. And then once you have an audience, then your other stuff kind of gets like a stable level of them, like on average, like 60 to 100,000 views a video or whatever. Yeah. And then they're set, because they can just keep doing that, and they've got obviously a ton of patrons and stuff, but it took him a long time. And that was really inspiring, because like that dude was like a manager at AutoZone for a long time, and would go off and do vlogs and, different videos and sleep in his car, and literally years of work. And it's like everyone just sees the final product. Like, right, oh, you got famous so quick. And I'm like, not really. He put a lot of time and effort into that. And I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if we'll ever get as big as Grim Life Collective, hopefully, but just got to keep just chipping away, dude.
It's true. Yeah, everyone does say consistency is key with this stuff. So
yeah,
but Unfazed has the benefit of variety. I think it is
100%.
a benefit. So I know some people have said like, I don't know what the channel's about. Well, it's not about anything. It's just us.
Yeah.
Which it's like Seinfeld.
I'd say if you had to categorize it, I don't know why people need it to be specific, but I did create Unfazed Frights just so that would be totally specific and just horror. You know, just paranormal investigations and just creepy history.
Yeah.
That's what that channel is. But as far as Unfazed, it's just a catch-all folder.
Right.
I'd say if I had to categorize it, I'd say it's podcast, vlogs, and the occasional sketches.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, it is like a lifestyle channel.
It is a lifestyle channel, yeah.
Most of those are gay, but
this one's not gay.
Yeah, this one's
a lot of
based
fun.
on Red Pill.
It is based on Unfazed Pill.
It is. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I would say podcast, vlogs, occasional sketches, and rants. Social commentary.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But no, I'm really proud of that. That's all I want to say. It's just that video. Thank you guys, all of you who watched, and anyone who shared it and promoted it.
It's super impressive. And if you categorize our videos by popularity, obviously the difference between that one and then like the second most popular is huge.
Huge,
It's like 18,000, 112,000.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
So it's
I think our second most successful was Zach Baggins'
I think so.
Haunted Museum. Yeah. Which was very fun, by the way. Very cool. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Was just stoked about that video. I mean, hopefully we can replicate it. But that one was definitely right place, right time, right as the mall was getting demolished. So yeah. But that being said, I also don't want to make the channel just malls.
Yeah.
But I do.
And also, as we've discussed in the past, that stuff is hard to pull off legally. And
yeah, that was a very special circumstance. Yeah. But I do appreciate the mall lovers on the channel. I know we've gotten like quite a few more subscribers. We're almost up to 2,000 subs now, and obviously we want that to be higher, but I'll take what we can get. And I know a lot of people are from the mall videos, so I'm not going to stop with mall videos. You're going to get more mall videos, but that's not entirely the focus. That's going to be like maybe like 1 out of 10 videos or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, happy to have them for sure.
What I watched the other day recently of ours was the outlet mall on the way to Tucson. We did.
Oh yeah,
that one was so good. I forgot what one was.
That one was not West. Was it Westgate Mall? Something like that. But yeah, that one was underrated.
It was good. Yeah.
That one was sick. Dude, that one was really cool.
Really fun.
And that one was like a fully abandoned place too, which was neat.
And then we got the domes before those were taken down too.
Yeah.
Recently, so we got the domes.
There's something really satisfying about having a vlog of a place that totally doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like caught it. It's like a Pokemon.
Yeah, it is. It's
we
a nice Nightcrawler. You know?
Yeah, it is.
You're feeling this thing is never going to happen again.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes that footage so much more precious because you're like, boom, we got it. It's like, if it's something a million other people have done, and I know there are a shit ton of other videos of it, but I think mine is probably the most successful for Fiesta, except maybe,
for sure.
Except probably behind Retail Archaeology. That guy crushes it. But I'd say at least second best, I'll take it, you know?
Yeah, that's, and I think you do have the best, you literally have like a guided tour by the security guard.
Yeah,
no one has that. It's fucking
someone
crazy.
was saying, oh, it would have been nice to hear what he said. I agree, but he didn't want to be on camera.
Right, yeah.
So someone was like, hey, why didn't you let him talk? I'm like, he didn't want to be on camera. Like, obviously I can't cut him out entirely because like he's walking in front of me through a lot of it.
Yeah,
but like he was like, hey, like I don't want my stories and stuff.
Yeah, so you're being respectful.
So I was being respectful
yeah,
of him. So it's not that I was trying to like rip off, you know, the opportunity for you guys to hear stories or something. Like
I love you. I saw your joke comment. Someone asked, "Why are you whispering?" And you said, "Don't to not disturb the mannequins."
Yeah, once in a while you gotta troll the trolls. Yeah. Some of the people aren't even trolls. I just like to just talk shit, make jokes.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, I think we should talk about it. So I think you guys enjoyed our Punisher Let's Play. I hope you did. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
We're definitely going to do more of that.
Thinking about a part 2.
Yep.
Thinking about a part 2.
Although I do need a new laptop, so any new fresh patrons would be appreciated because that's how I edit most of our videos, and that's on its last leg. I have to plug in an external mouse and keyboard now, so I have this little Mac laptop, MacBook Pro, and then I have to plug in like a big gamer keyboard and light up gamer mouse if I want to use it. It looks like shit.
There you go. More patrons. Always appreciate it.
Yes.
We had a couple. Let me shout out the patrons right now.
Whoa!
We had a couple new ones, but another game we were thinking about doing. Actually, you know what I think we should do for Unfazed Gaming? I think we should alternate. I picked the Punisher. Emmett picked the very first one. He did the Backrooms game.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
the Compound or whatever. I picked the second one, Punisher. Obviously, we're going to do a part 2 of that. But the next game, I think Emmett should pick, and we should alternate. Yeah, you pick one, I pick one.
Yeah.
With the exception of part 2s.
Yeah, absolutely.
One that I was thinking would be cool to do in the future was another PS2 game. It was Predator Concrete Jungle. Looks so sick. And I have like a vague recollection of playing it like when I was like 12 or something like that. But I think that would be super cool. I love getting into the PS2 games. Like, I think they're the best.
Yeah, PS2 was the golden era.
Alright, let's shout out some patrons.
The other thing that's exciting is that, bleeding over into Lefebvre's, Max is realistically done with Lefebvre's for now because he's working his ass off and he just has a different lifestyle. He lives farther away. It's fine. He's enjoying it. He's doing great. But so obviously people want us to play Starfield, the new Bethesda game, and I think Benjamin and I might do that on Lefebvre's. We were just talking about that earlier today.
I'd be happy to be a guest host.
I would love that.
I do love some Lefebvre.
I bought it and I really haven't touched it that much, and if you're gonna play with anyone, it'll be you.
Hell yeah! All right, so stay tuned, Lefebvre Bros. All right, sorry, my phone's going super slow right now.
The storm and everything.
Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels. I didn't touch her.
She's a beautiful young woman.
Beautiful woman.
I never had relations.
Beautiful whore. I should be able to see all of our patrons, right? Active member, or does it not let me see?
Yeah, no, you should. Yeah, you should.
Active members. 11. Okay.
11. Let's get it to 12, guys.
Let's get it to 50, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
How do I? It's going so slow. How do I see their names? I want to shout everybody out. Shout out the patrons.
Sorry guys, this is exciting.
Yeah. Oh, one thing you do get if you do join the Patreon is we have the Unfazed After Hours podcast on there and some really sweet videos. There's one that like I'm super proud of that is like definitely channel worthy, but we just decided it's like one of those that was kind of in the realm of Fiesta Mall where we thought, you know what, we're just going to give this to the patrons first. And it's super, super badass and it's another place that doesn't exist anymore. And if you guys want to see that, become a patron, give what you can, and you have access to all those videos. There's actually quite a few Unfazed exclusives we put on there that are pretty sweet.
That's sick. I don't see who the new guys are, which is odd. I do see that Arturo upgraded his pledge from what he was to more money. I won't.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, that's great, man. Thank you so much.
I guess we'd have to go to maybe notifications, just look at who became patron.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look at. I couldn't see.
It's weird, yeah. The mobile format's a little tough.
Yeah, it is a little less.
All right.
Well, we can put it in the comments. We can thank the patrons in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got just off the top of our head. Of course, we got Archaeon. Is that how you say it? Archaeon.
Archaeon. I don't know.
Archaeon. Floppy Cheese. Arturo R. We got EJ. Thank you. Who else do we have? We got Randy T on there. Randy Tortilla. We got, of course, Doombot.
Doombot, a classic.
And then, of course, the OG, we have Warhammer.
Oh,
Warhammer was our numero uno. Let's see, who else do we have here, guys? I apologize if I leave anybody off. We'll put you in the comments below. CB, thank you. CB, mucho appreciate.
CBT.
I think CB was our newest patron, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Anyway, guys, I know I'm leaving off a bunch of people, but we'll give you credit where credit is due down below.
Thank you, CB.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Moving on, let's go to some of our topics here. Ooh, hottie. Let's go to our Instagram.
I like, just a brief aside, I think it's funny how Trump's impeachment has made him more like favorable.
Oh yeah, he's got
hilarious.
street cred.
He does. Yeah, he literally does have street cred. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's badass.
On his website, they were selling shirts with his mugshot on it, and they like sold out immediately.
Yeah, like instantly. Totally knew how to capitalize on it. Oh man, I got so many to talk about.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna take a brief commercial break, and we'll be right back with some cool Instagram shizzit.
Hi, I'm Leon the Lightning Lion, here to tell you when thunder roars, go indoors. Thunder is loud, but lightning is dangerous and can hurt you even before it rains. When you hear thunder, go indoors quickly. Head for a house, school, or large building. If you're caught outdoors, get in a car, truck, or bus. Never go under a tree. Stay off telephones, computers, and video games. Remember, play it safe. When thunder roars, go indoors. Brought to you by these partners in lightning protection and lightning safety.
You like it, you love it, you need it. That's it. Huh? I'm out. Okay, I guess I'll go solo on this lemon now. Oh, yes! Oh, my God. Who's that? Are you in the army? If I had been in that water, dead. It's really cold out here. Bye.
G.I. Joe!
Welcome back from that brief but necessary intermission. Welcome back to the warm candlelight. It's actually super hot right
It's
now.
pretty hot, yeah.
I hope you guys realize we're in a sauna right now.
Interesting thing to note is it was really cold when the storm was happening.
It was.
The winds were so intense. It was just like, a little
There
shivery.
was a little bit of like snowy, wispy hail.
Yeah. But it was like 100 and whatever today, and now it's back to that. So it's like
Yeah, now it's
weird.
back to being quite the sauna.
Yeah.
So let's dive into the old Instagram. All right, so McDonald's plans to remove self-service soda machines over theft and hygiene concerns. And I said, finally, they take my advice.
Yep.
Because
their advice.
Emmett's witnessed this before. Sometimes when we'll go to Taco Bell, McDonald's, whatever, fast food places, and we go inside, I don't like to use the soda fountains because they're gross. Because at least here, A, people are nasty, and B, you've got a lot of crackhead pirates that come in with their nasty Thirst Buster cups that they use at all these different places, and they put their filthy, disgusting cup up against the dispenser. I don't like that. So I'll go up to the counter and I'll say, hey, can you fill my drink up back there? And I'll say, germaphobe. And they'll be like, all right. And I think after COVID and all that, like people are a little more open to it. So yeah, good riddance.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Good riddance. Here's a crazy video. I don't know if we can show it, but basically 9/11 just recently happened, or the anniversary. And look at this video. Look at this video. I've never seen this. So basically it's people, for those who are listening, it's someone watching TV and they're watching the attacks on their TV. Everything goes static. Everything goes static and you see the second plane hit. And then they look out their window and boom, they're in New York. And they zoom in on the actual buildings.
That's a crazy video.
And I'd never seen that before. And what's crazy about that is on top of, I believe, the second tower, there was this gigantic antenna pole that they had that would, help with like transmissions and stuff. And so I think when it got hit, it caused that interference in their TV.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Totally crazy.
That's like a fucking Cloverfield video.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I mean, I know
It's crazy.
you guys probably saw a bit about it, but if you're out of the U.S., I mean, dude, 9/11 was crazy. 9/11 was so crazy. But I think even if you were out of the U.S., you at least understand the gravity of it. Like, it was such a crazy thing, man. Went to Ground Zero a few years ago, and it was heavy as shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. A lot of these are just jokes, memes, a lot of memes.
Funny joke.
A lot of memes. I thought I sent you more. Okay, here's one. You can read that one if you want to tap it.
Here's our good friend. The current and former Tonight Show staff detail Jimmy Fallon's erratic workplace behavior. According to an article published by Rolling Stone, 16 current and former Tonight Show employees have come forward stating that Jimmy Fallon's behavior on the popular talk show created a toxic work environment.
I have a hard time imagining that, yeah.
The most like wholesome guy.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
He's a sort of a dumb guy. I don't really like him that. I liked him when I was younger.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's almost scary coming from him.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, finish.
No, you're good. I never knew which Jimmy we were going to... I never knew which Jimmy we were going to get and when he was going to throw a hissy fit, one employee stated. What the fuck? That's so weird.
It's so weird because, I mean, after the whole Ellen debacle and her being an apparent nightmare to work with, Jimmy Fallon, it's... On one hand, it's kind of hard to believe, but at the same time, like, people are only human, right? Yeah. And I think the more amplified your good guy, funny, wholesome persona is, the more if you do anything even just kind of human, where you have a bad day, you get angry, you yell. Yeah, it's way more jarring. Yeah, it's way more of a shock.
Conan talks about that. He says he'll be like interacting with someone when there's no camera, and they'll be like, "What's wrong?" And they'll be like, "I'm just normal."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see it with Fallon because he has to be so, hey, I'm so excited. What's up, guys? Hey, good. And I imagine everyone has a duality, and I heard a lot of people shit on Johnny Carson for that back, obviously he can't defend himself now, he's gone, but, I heard a lot of people say, like Joan Rivers and people like that, who were kind of bitter towards him, saying, oh, Johnny was a perfectionist.
I think Joan Rivers was bitter towards everyone.
I can say, yeah, especially her plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
But, R.I.P., Joan Rivers. Yeah. But a lot of people, said that, well, he was such a perfectionist and he wanted the show to be perfect. No shit.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'm sure he could be a hard ass, he can be a dick, but I have a hard time imagining Johnny Carson being a douche all the time.
Right, yeah.
Like, for him to have that on-screen persona and be so good with conversing with people and stuff, like, everyone has layers, like an onion.
Yeah.
You know? And the thing with Jimmy Fallon is I heard he's a very heavy drinker, or at least he used to be a very heavy drinker.
So sad.
And it was like,
Oh,
people would always be very surprised. But it's like, think about that though, he's got to be on all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't feel sorry for him, he's got an amazing job.
Yeah.
But like, you got to be on, you got to be the guy. Like, you're the host of The Tonight Show. Like, you got to be on every night. So it's like, yeah, the guy probably likes to get hammered.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to defend Jimmy Fallon.
No, I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
I think you're fully right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like everyone has bad days.
These people are just dudes. It's always easy to judge these people who are in the limelight, but
Definitely.
everyone gets a little peeved now and then.
Absolutely.
And then it's a high stress job.
Emmett yells at me behind the scenes of the show.
Fix the camera. I'm sorry.
All right, let's see. Oh, God, I send you a lot of shit, don't I?
It's great.
Here's a funny video of, I'll just say it for those of you who are listening. It's Trump back in the day, like in the late 80s, partying with these hot chicks.
This is good.
And it's like Trump was the goat back in the day. And it's literally him just like dancing, grinding with these chicks. And it's amazing because he's still the same guy.
He is the same guy.
Dude, can you imagine if he would have become president in like 1992?
Oh, that would have been so cool.
That would have been great.
That would
have been great. Alright, let's see what else we got.
There really hasn't been a lot of major news lately. In the long stretch that we haven't done a podcast, there's
Nothing crazy. Nothing really crazy.
Earth shattering.
Luckily.
The new Ahsoka episode dropped tonight.
I can give two
Yeah.
shits.
I could give one.
I heard they brought it back to, or they brought like one episode to theaters.
Really?
Yeah, episode 5.
What the fuck?
Isn't that weird? Very strange. I think we already talked about this. Did we already talk about?
Let's see.
Did we already talk about this? I think we did.
In 1985, the police sent free Super Bowl tickets to wanted criminals just to arrest them when they arrived. We talked about something similar to this,
Okay.
but wasn't this exact thing.
And then like people actually showed up, and the cops were like, "Here, claim your tickets," and then like they'd fucking arrest them.
That's so sad. It worked, but shit.
It totally did.
He's all happy in the video getting his tickets.
Yep.
This is really sad. Well, whatever works. Yeah, it was one where it was like a free truck day or something. All these guys came with their trucks.
Oh,
yeah, but that was more recent.
That was recently.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna switch over to the unfazed email because for some reason I think the gifs are getting mixed up with the monkey business. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Primary.
Oh.
Let's see. I love how I hit primary and it still mixes all the emails.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Son of a bitch. Here we go. Watch men and women might need separate gyms.
Person glances at you when you wear spray painted ass clothes.
This creepy old guy at the gym kept
We've done
us
these
over
before.
and
Yeah.
This is another one.
So I told my husband, and he came over and worked out next to me. Even after he came over, he continued to stare. I decided to stop working out and stare back.
So it's basically a hot chick working out, and there's this like middle-aged guy like working out near her, and he glances over like twice at her amazing ass that's like
Then I got fed
a
up
foot from his
and
face.
went over and addressed him.
What a bitch. Oh,
And here she goes. She can go over and address this guy.
God.
You saw in this video him for a grand total of like 3 seconds, maybe.
I
Yeah.
told him if he's gonna work out in this corner, he needed to stop staring and making me uncomfortable.
The
You're
irony.
filming yourself at the gym to do this.
Yeah.
This has become a way of grabbing sort of victimhood. But, okay, one, you could theoretically have separate gyms. It's very creepy if a person glances at you when you wear spray painted ass clothes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think everyone's looking. I don't think there's a soul who's not looking. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially, dude, the gym I go to. Whoo, man. Let me just say, you can't help but have your eyes
Right,
water.
of
Like
course,
you'd be, dude. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I know, yeah.
Like girls like that times 10. There's some girls that go in there where I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that wasn't even that bad. But I mean,
No,
it was still
no.
like.
There's some that I see where it is like literally like the spray painted on.
Oh yeah.
Ass cheek hugging, you
And,
know.
like the crack is supposed
Yeah,
to
the crack,
yeah, their ass, but it's blue.
But it's blue, yes, the blue man group.
Yeah.
And some of these chicks, man, they like are the definition of like porn star, OnlyFans, hotties,
Yeah,
totally just like outrageous, and they're they're just like looking for the attention. A lot of these
Yeah.
chicks do come in like wearing makeup and like they're wearing like the crazy, and usually it's like literally just like the sports bra top and like these crazy yoga pants, and I'm like, okay, like you're not dressing super conservative here, lady. Like I think you like a little attention.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, I'm not knocking it, but I think they should be more open to guys looking at them, especially if they're going to post it like on all their socials.
There's not a man alive who's not going to look.
Exactly.
That's another thing you can't really normalize the human body in the sense that they want it to be like non-sexual.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter how many times we wear this outfit, we're still gonna. It's not like men when they're 50 years old, they're not. They don't
just shut off.
Yeah, they don't stop being excited when they see a pair of titties.
Yeah.
It's the same every time. And it's gonna be for these clothes, for these outfits, for everything. And so it's like.
And my thing is, I know some people say, well, when they get so old, it goes away. I don't think
It
so,
doesn't
man.
go away.
Because why do you think Viagra exists?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the desire is still there,
Yeah.
but these guys are like, Keith Richards and shit that are getting their girlfriends pregnant or their wives, and they're like 80 something. It's like the desire is still there. It's just Viagra, I think, helps.
My dad always tells me there was this moment they were in like a recording studio and there was some like beautiful singer who walked in, and it was some guy who either owned the studio or worked there, but he saw my dad was like a younger man at this time and he had a friend there,
Young man.
and so they were oogling over this girl as she walked in, and the old guy went up behind him and he said, "Boys, it never goes away."
Wow.
So it's like it doesn't.
Wow.
And everyone like shits on him, "You dirty old man." Well, what the fuck? It's like it's not their fault. It's just how.
I think there's a difference between dirty old man and between appreciating the beauty.
Yeah, I mean, it's the problem is you hate them and call them a pervert if you're not attracted to them.
Of course.
But the minute they're like, it's Ryan Gosling, and it's like, oh, he's so sexy, I would die for him to like me. But of course, the minute it's unwanted attention, it's like, you sick fuck.
Yeah.
So there's no
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless they can milk money out of the guy.
Yeah,
Which seems to be the trend.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one while we're kind of on this trajectory. Check this out. Sorry.
What's that? Men should be a millionaire by 40. Oh yeah, I remember this one.
How old are you?
23.
At what age do you think a man should have his life put together?
I mean, men are at definitely different stages than women, but I would say like 25. Like, if you are knowing what you want to do with your life and where you want it to lead you, that's a problem. You really need to reconstruct your life.
You don't think 25 is too soon?
No, I don't at all.
So, realistically, when should he start bringing in like 100K?
100K? Oh my god. That should be definitely by your time you're 30. Like, you should want to be retired by the time you're 45. So you should definitely be coming in with $1 million by you're like 40.
40-year-old, you should be a millionaire.
Yes. That's how I feel.
And you think that's easy to do right now in 2023?
I mean, it's not easy, but as long as you grind and you do that, I don't think
What does that
it's
mean?
hard to do.
Grind. I think it's a little harder. I hate that. I hate the grind thing.
I know.
It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Everyone's grinding
I know.
for like fucking $7.
My thing is, it's like, of course,
Yeah.
everyone wants to be a millionaire ASAP. I got it. But a little harder than it looks. And also girls like that, it's so funny to me.
The level of entitlement.
The level of entitlement, and I think a lot of girls like that, are like the girls you see around Scottsdale that are driving brand new Mercedes at the age of 19. It's like they're playing with either their daddy's money or sugar daddy money right off the bat, just because they're hot. And there is this, and I know it's not all girls, but a lot of girls that we see around here, there is a disgusting amount of entitlement.
Oh, for sure.
And also, I think they just live in a different reality because they are,
They really do.
especially when they're hot.
They completely
They are
do.
talking to a
Yeah.
lot of like high value guys as far as looks, and I think a lot of those guys just lie too about their income. I think there's a lot of dudes driving, leased Lamborghinis and things like that probably, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm grinding.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are like really just in over their head in debt.
There are a lot of like North Scottsdale yacht guys.
Of course,
They'll also have daddy, mommy money. And shit.
Of course, and there are real dudes
Yeah.
out there who do hustle and who do earn it and everything. I respect that. But to say that your average guy needs to be making 100K by 30, it's tough out there, buddy.
Yeah.
And that girl doesn't have to live in the real world.
Right,
That's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
All right, let's see what else.
Yeah,
we
they feel like they need to be given everything.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yeah, and it's so funny because there'll be girls that go see the Barbie movie and they'll be, oh, here's an interesting thing. Speaking of a Barbie movie, I was talking to one of the girls at work who actually I really like. Like, we get along very well. No not throwing any shade at her. She's a sweetheart. But we did butt heads on the Barbie movie. And
Of course.
Sure. Anyway, she asked me what I thought about it, and I told her what I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I think it was totally delusional. I said Ryan Gosling was hilarious, love Margot Robbie, but I said after about halfway through I checked out. I said it was just totally a lie. I'm like, it was made by this multimillionaire female director, and they just lied about what it's like to be a woman, and they just really made anything masculine look evil, and I didn't like that. And she's like, well, you don't know what it's like to be a woman, da-da-da. And I'm like, well, I was like, for instance, you and I work at the same place making the same money, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but a lot of people, there's a gender wage gap. And I'm like, well, that's not the case here, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're doing well. And I'm like, look at all the female managers here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just an example here. I'm like, our company is super inclusive. I'm like, that's most companies.
I've almost always had female bosses.
I know.
Always.
And I was like trying to explain to her, and she's like, you just don't get it. I'm like, no, I think I do. I said, I think they're trying to perpetuate, this kind of victim mentality when that hasn't been their reality for like over 30 plus years. And she really didn't like that.
they're still bitching over Rockefeller. It's like
I know.
fucking era.
I know. And my thing is, I'm like, things are pretty darn good. Like, I don't think women are oppressed in 2023.
Right.
I think
we're just talking about how they don't have to lift a finger. They just
really
judge all these guys.
But a lot of girls, like going back to this chick that we just saw in that video, that's the type of girl that's like, guys need to do all the work, guys need to provide, guys need to make all this money, and set these really very unrealistic expectations. But then also, they're the ones that are like, I'm oppressed, da 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 da.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, pick one.
And it is important to mention that this is a specific type of girl.
Yeah.
There are real girls, like,
of course,
caboose out there who are cool.
No, there are a lot of cool girls.
I don't even, like, when I'm talking about these people, they're in their own, like, gross categories.
Yeah. No, I'm not, when I say that, I'm not saying all girls.
Yeah, of course not, yeah.
I'm saying there's just a lot of chicks like that are out there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying all. I'm just saying
the princesses.
There's a lot of princesses, yeah. Anyway, enough on that. Let's do another one.
I didn't see Barbie or Oppenheimer. I don't think I ever will.
I saw both. Oppenheimer was pretty good. Okay. They could have shaved off about an hour, but it was enjoyable.
I want Barbie and Oppenheimer for me to be like your Oblivion. Like you
never played it. That's okay. It's okay. You're really not missing much.
Okay, good.
Oppenheimer's good. I like that I like that they showed him like how he really was, and like they made him human, and he was like a womanizer and stuff. And it was cool seeing a guy like that like be a human.
Yeah,
like I enjoyed that. But it was alright.
Honestly, the Napoleon movie by Ridley Scott.
Yeah,
that looks really fucking good. Yeah.
Me too. Dude, I know I sent a shit ton of stuff to us, and I like can't find it.
Oh, baby.
It's like all mixed in. Hang on.
You can go to your sent stuff, your sent folder.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Oh, I don't want that one.
But am I harmonizing?
Let's see. Okay, controversy or contrived.
Oh no.
Oh, this is old. I don't want this.
Oh, what I do want to mention quickly is the horrific. Have you seen this? The commercial, the trailer for the Timothy Chalamet Willy Wonka.
It looks like shit.
Strike that. Reverse it.
Looks so
That's
bad.
his fucking Wonka. It looks awful.
Dude, I'm not about it at all.
I'm Willy Wonka, a chocolate maker.
Not about it at
all.
all.
What the fuck are you doing? It's like so cartoonishly bad.
Yeah, I don't get him at all.
Yeah, I don't get him at all either.
Like
I fucking love him.
I get it. He's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
He looks like a male model from a cologne.
He does. Yeah.
Good looking guy for sure, but like, I don't get it. Like aside from him being a good looking guy, like the acting seems very vapid.
He's no fucking Wonka. You know who should have been Wonka is Ezra Miller. That would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious.
He would have been funny. Yeah.
You know who also would have been really good? Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell can dance.
Yeah.
He would be more like in the vein of like Gene Wilder.
You're right. Yeah.
I don't know what else I sent you. Okay, here's one. I hate the wastefulness of a lot of YouTubers. I know, like, if they destroy something like a Ferrari or a classic car, like, yeah, that thing's worth, like, $150,000, $200,000, and they're going to make millions off their YouTube videos. But sometimes I feel like it's just these douchey bros, and, like, it's a little bit of jealousy and a little bit of, like, genuine anger for their disregard for these vehicles.
For sure. Yeah.
I just fucking hate these idiots. They just like destroy this Ferrari for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's super wasteful. You're right. They get really expensive stuff and just wreck it like they're kids, toys,
And they're always like these like 20-year-old cowboy dudes. It's like, all right,
yeah.
No offense, 20-year-old cowboys.
If there's any 20-year-old cowboys watching,
just don't be a fucking douche.
Yeah.
And then they like light this whole field on fire. Basically, it's dudes racing through a cornfield with a Ferrari, and they overheat it, and the thing lights on fire, and then it lights their van on fire with all their gear. and they're complete retards.
Give me a bag. Bro. Anyone, I'm gonna be honest, this is a huge generalization, but anyone who says bro like that, I tend to avoid.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's just, and I get it, everyone in the comments is like, oh, it's that guy, I fucking hate that guy. I can't stand that guy.
Ew, who is that guy?
He's the guy that, like, is known for destroying nice cars.
Does that make sense?
I can't stand him. You guys probably know what I'm talking about.
He looks like he's mentally handicapped. He's one of those where it's like, yeah, it's half jealousy and half genuine anger.
Yeah. He's like millionaire. He buys like these like collections of cars, and he'll be like, "Oh, I really like this one." He'll go up and like be talking to someone, be like, "Oh, it's so pretty." Then he'll like break the window and start like fucking it up, and everyone's like, "Well, he's gonna make up the money and views." I'm like, "That's not the point." I'm like, "You're destroying this like classic car." I don't know.
Yeah, he has no appreciation for it. Yeah,
that shit irritates me.
That's awful. It's horrible. What a dumb mindset.
I'm just a grumpy old millennial. What can I say? It's frustrating.
The shit that is out there is.
I do notice the more time we spend taking breaks from pods, sometimes we come back more angry.
Yeah,
because there's more stuff to bitch about.
There's more stuff.
But it is getting a little more innocuous, though.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it is just these dumb bros jerking each other off.
Yeah. I mean, the real tragic stuff out there, it's like, I think we all can agree it's shit. But this is like the nitpicking, the shittiness of our society.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some positive things. What's some positive things that are going on with you lately? Just in general.
Well, I've been playing for a lot of different groups.
Yeah?
Locally. We have piano, and it's been fun. A lot of good musicians.
Nice.
There's this one girl named Z, who's an R&B singer, and she's got a lot of really good musicians she brought together.
Nice.
And I rehearse with them every Saturday, and then I rehearse with Asim, my other guy, every Sunday.
Cool.
Oh, excuse me, the bay's coming back.
We're built in a bay. The stormy bay.
Yeah.
Stormy Daniels.
So I've been very productive on that front, and I've been enjoying it a lot. So yeah,
good man.
It's been fun, yeah.
Good man, that's great.
Thank you.
What have I been doing? Trying to really shift gears onto the Unfazed Frights. I got some sick vlogs coming up. I'm not going to reveal the location just yet, but pretty cool stuff. And I'm gonna do stuff for Unfazed Review, but I want to do at least 2 solid Unfazed Frights videos for you guys.
Exclusives?
Some exclusives on the horizon as well. But we're definitely getting closer to October, so you're going to be seeing
spooky time is coming.
You're going to be seeing a ramp up in the Frights content, which I'm super excited about. I'm going to try. I can't promise, but I'm going to try to get abandoned prison paranormal video, but I'm not going to tell you where. Abandoned prison, yeah. But I can't promise because it's not set in stone yet with the people who own the property. But trying to get stuff of that caliber for you guys. So if not, at least expect some other cool historic sites and definitely some more cemeteries.
We still need to try to get. I think I nerfed our chances because a while back I tried to submit our video of the Dark Cell Exhale.
Oh, I can submit
to. It was one of those guys.
Did you see I made it into a short on the channel?
Yeah, that looked really good. Yeah, but I think because I wasn't thinking. I sent it from my email, which isn't the Unfazed account. So I feel like
he probably gets in. If we're talking Slap Tam, Nuke's Top 5, Frostmare, any dudes like that.
The thing that's like frustrating is because if you watch those things, I'm sure you do as I do.
Yeah.
So many of them are like, oh, that's bullshit. They could be easily fake. Blah blah blah. And the sad thing is, ours is just a sound, so like it could be easily faked, but it wasn't.
It's real.
Yeah, it was 100% fucking real.
And that's one thing I've said a zillion times, but like I'm so proud of our channel with Unfazed Frights. Everything you see is real.
Yeah.
Like everything you see in here, like we try to debunk it, but like it's the real deal. We don't have green screen guys running around, and we're not like throwing shit and making noises. It's the real deal. I can only think of one video in my early days. I don't think it's even on Frights where I like faked anything by making a noise, and that was like long time ago. But everything on Frights, like it's the real deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the real deal.
I think hopefully the only thing. Then I just say this because I can tell from other videos I've seen. I think the only thing that gives away that it is real in ours is our reaction.
Yeah.
Because so many of these people in these videos are such bad actors, and you can tell. Like it feels like a scene from Paranormal Activity, and you're like, oh. Well.
And when you are actually scared in real life, I mean, it's like it's hard to fake that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can. There are some good actors out there, but no, super excited about that. Human Territorial Prison was great, and what's so wild about that one was it was during the day.
Right. Yeah.
Which is amazing. I looked into getting that just for ourselves for the night, and it would have been like $2,000. So I was like, no, I'm good. So I think we did a good job just kind of going in there and just guerrilla style.
And imagine how depressing it would have been if we got it for $2,000 and nothing happened.
That would've sucked.
That would have sucked. Yeah,
It would have sucked big time. But yeah, I'm super excited about just this whole time of year. Like I get so stoked.
You know, we always get excited for.
I know, I'm excited. The only thing I don't like though is how they're pushing it where like Halloween stores are opening in end of July.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so Halloween is all of August, all of September,
Yeah.
all of October. I'm like, I love it. I personally kind of celebrate it year round because I have a paranormal channel and like I love horror content.
Right.
Like I'm a big advocate of it, so it's already like a part of my life. And we go to horror conventions in the summer. You know, like we're all about it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do like the specialness of it just being September and October.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I always used to say, dude, when I was younger, like we're talking like 18, 19, I used to say Halloween is just October. I would be like very like it's just October. And then as time went on, I would say, okay, I made a concession. I said September 16th. I said 2 weeks before the end of September. I said that's when I accept it because that's when horror nights used to start.
Oh, okay.
Now they switched it to September 1st, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, it's all of September, all of October.
Yeah.
And then eventually you're gonna have Fear Farm in August because they know they can make money.
Yeah.
And I think what really kicked that off was 2020. They missed out on a lot of money, so they're like, well, let's open shit earlier, and people are so hungry for it, and people don't have outlets like us with Unfazed Frights and scary movies and stuff. I mean, they can watch them year round, but a lot of people they do crave that fall spook season.
Very true.
So I get it, and I'm not going to knock it, but personally, I still believe September 16th to October 31st.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's my rule.
Yeah.
That's my rule. That's when I personally really get into it, and that's when you guys are going to see more content on the channel.
That's true. And our old stomping grounds when we were first friends was Spirit Halloween.
Love
So,
Spirit
we used to
Halloween.
hang out there.
It seemed like it was open for a long time.
It did, yeah, it really did.
We used to go there. And we used to
All
like
the
to go
time.
to Hooters and get the Daytona wings.
Hooters and Spirit stores. Like,
Hooters doesn't exist anymore, does it?
No, I don't think so. Well,
What they turn into?
I don't know. There's been a lot of change over there in the neck of the woods.
Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Any final thoughts before we end this pod? I'm getting really hot.
It's very bad. It was a kind of a fun storm. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. It's been a while.
Yes.
It's always fun to be back.
Join the Patreon.
Please join the Patreon. We're going to do more fun stuff.
Anyone whose name I forgot, I apologize. All the patrons are listed below in a pinned comment. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. One thing I do want to start doing, I love rant videos and I love just talking about topics on the podcast. So patrons get priority. If you guys send me a message about a topic you'd like discussed, send it our way. Patrons always get priority. But the rest of you who do have something cool you'd like to talk about, DM it to me. Hit me up on Instagram or on our Discord. Definitely send it to me or Emmett if you have a topic you'd like. And obviously patrons get first priority. But if it's a really cool topic, everyone is welcome to submit. We appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching and remain unfazed. Goodbye.